Brilliance Audio presents
Night Gardening by E.L. Swann. To C.G.K. If I cannot accept the real as real, then how do I accept a dream as a dream? Priest Taigyo, an itinerant 12th century poet-monk. Chapter 1. Tristan Mallory. If you wish to make anything grow, you must understand it. And you must understand it in a very real sense. Russell Page, The Education of a Gardener. Tristan Mallory looked in the rear-view mirror of his truck as he switched lanes. Good. Peter, with Roger just 2 cars behind, was negotiating to get into the right lane. Hopefully he would not miss the exit for 93 as he did last time. The notion of a 19-year-old kid endlessly circling Boston on Route 128 with $100,000 worth of grading equipment in a truck was an unsettling one. Tristan himself hauled a few tons of stone, a remarkable stone that was the offspring of the geological version of a shotgun marriage, first forged in some Paleozoic cauldron when an ocean plate took a dive into a trench and came up with scraps from which the future Appalachian and Caledonian mountains would be built. When Scotland, along with the rest of Europe, decided to break off from North America and sail majestically eastward at the stately pace of a few inches per millennium, this lovely, deep gray stone with slate-blue markings was left on both edges of the newly formed continents. Last night, Tristan had talked with Luigi, who had promised to have his men there to help with the unloading. Luigi would then cut the stones so that Tristan could lay them in a half-split, half-saw pattern, which he felt gave a lovely texture to paths in lawns that tended toward the overly manicured, as was the case with this garden. These were nice people, the Steins. Recently moved from New York, they had seen Tristan's work in Litchfield, Connecticut, and some gardens in the Hamptons on Long Island. But Tristan always worried about women who wanted to do white gardens, renditions of Vita Sackville West's white garden at Sissinghurst. That was what Judith Stein wanted. It wasn't that he objected to relying on someone else's original inspiration. The women were always careful to say that they did not want an exact copy, and assured him that it was to have his indelible stamp. He always wondered what they thought his indelible stamp was. No, it was not the ghosts of Sackville West and Sissinghurst gardens that disturbed him. It was the women's own ghosts that he worried about. What was haunting these suddenly rich women who often had come from very simple backgrounds? Was he being overly romantic? Hadn't these women often grown up in places where folks had...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?